Hello there Assassins, welcome back to another Wheelassassin video. This isn't really a normal Wheelassassin video today. This is a very different one. I've wanted to make this for like quite some time now, but I didn't really know how exactly to do it or when to do it. But I think as things are changing so quickly now in the world and in my current situation, things like that, I think it's really important to share this with you now. And the Assassinhood is at a time where, you know, you guys are here and there's enough of you to share this with now, so I feel like it's important to make this now, and then I'll just continue to feature it, you know, when it's necessary. So, yeah. At the time of filming this video, it's Friday the 4th of February 2022. That day is significant because it is World Cancer Awareness Day. So I'm bringing you my story. The origins of the Wheelassassin name, but in Minecraft, of course. So this video is going to be packed with quite a lot of information, but I'll explain as we go with builds, and I'll do my best to make it as simplified as possible. But if anyone has any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them down in the comments below. And please, of course, if you do need to go and take a break from this video because it is quite heavy, feel free to do so. That is absolutely fine. You guys know me as Wheel, a crazy Minecraft content creator from England, of course. Making people smile has always been my YouTube goal, and today will be no exception. I'm not making this for sympathy or for views. I'm making this to inform you of something that is very important about me. Like I said, I've been meaning to make this video for such a long time, and I do think now is the perfect opportunity to do so, and with the help of builds in Minecraft. I mean, this is a very creepy statue, isn't it? I didn't build that very well, but yeah, I hope that you can sort of take in this information with visual representations as well. When I was born with something very different and bizarre, but at that time, nor my family or I knew anything was wrong. By the way, I'd never thought I'd build my nipples in Minecraft, but hey, there's a first for everything. So now then, skip forward 8 years to a very hot English summertime. I was in the back garden, a very small back garden at the time, just like this one, playing basketball with my dad. We weren't really playing competitively, but I was winning. No. No, I really wasn't. I was probably doing horrible. I was probably terrible at it. I don't really remember too much, but I'm pretty sure I was. But yeah, I was literally, you know, playing basketball here with my dad, nice and casually, and I was about to take the shot up into the hoop up there. Now, my dad was over here. He was going for the block. You know, he was trying to block me from getting that shot because, you know, we weren't really playing like competitive, like I said, but we were trying to sort of make it as realistic as possible. And I was just 8 years old at the time, so you know, it was a very outmatched sort of game. So my dad was going easy on me. But yeah, anyways, like I said, it was the summertime. My dad was wearing some flip-flops, represented with those Neverite boots just there. And as he went for the jump to go ahead and block me, and I also jumped too, his flip-flop, one of his flip-flops, came off slightly and kind of went flying through the air. It literally grazed my right shin, the slightest bit, like literally nothing. It's like when you sort of, I don't know, if you've ever sort of brushed past something in a hurry, like it was like that. Like the quickest thing, you would never even feel it normally. But I was in immense pain, and obviously that's not really right. So I came inside, my parents sat me down just here, and both of my parents looked at it. They must have been extremely worried, and they made the decision to take me to A&E. A&E, by the way, is the department of the hospital for accidents and emergencies. So say if you're out and about and you've broken your leg, you go straight to that department of the hospital, either by ambulance or, you know, just getting there on your own, and they'll see you straight away. So yeah, I was zoomed up to A&E. It was here in A&E that I had my first ever Xray, and this was kind of the big door opening for just everything in my life to change, really. By the way, X-ray machines do not look this scary in real life. I made this one just with like from memory a little bit, and then I used some images online, but I made it really terribly. They don't look this bad and scary in real life, but yeah, that's just to give you like a visual representation. So after my X-ray, we went down through the hospital once again back to the A&E department. There, a very confused nurse. Poor lady, she was very overwhelmed that day. She took us down to the doctor's office down here, and these are always very small in A&E, so it wasn't exactly comfortable. As you can see, I was probably at that time I was probably sitting on the bed, and my mum was probably sat in that chair just there, and the doctor himself would have been just here. So yeah, very, very tight squeeze, and wasn't really ideal for the news I was about to receive, really. But you know, things happen just in the randomest circumstances ever, so it couldn't be helped. But yeah. Anyways, the nurse left the room, and she must have been gone about 5 minutes before a trainee doctor sort of came in the room. And because it was summer, obviously they were overwhelmed with, you know, major things going on. So the trainee came in, and he said to me, he's like taking a look at my X-rays and things, and they were all very, very confused. But luckily for me, very lucky for me, he had literally just taken a course on a condition which he assumed was my one. It turns out my one is the more developed version of that condition, the more rare version, but it still was very, very helpful in my diagnosis, and I do thank that doctor. I don't even know his name, but I'm very, very grateful to that man. But yeah, he came down, he sat down at the computer there, and he kind of was looking at my X-rays, and he initially diagnosed me with a condition called fibrous dysplasia. Now, I'm not going to explain what this is just yet. I'll do that later on, because this isn't actually my condition, but he assumed it was that one. Well, you know, upon hearing the news, I didn't really understand. I didn't really know how to act. I didn't really know how to feel. I just, yeah, like when you sort of given that news, if I was given that news now, then maybe it'd be a bit more shocking, you know, because I'm able to think for myself, and like, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's going to change everything. Like being a kid, being 8 years old, I didn't actually comprehend anything that was going on. I just kind of thought school would be the next day. I'm in hospital, you know, it's a bit of a random day. I'll probably go home and have tea. But you know, it was like it was just like a blur to me. I just didn't really understand. It was like going in there for a cut or a bruise or something. So yeah, I wasn't shocked, and I don't think that hit me until very later on in my life, maybe when I was like 16 or something. But I left the hospital after this with a pair of crutches and a biopsy operation booked in for the next day. So a couple of days had passed by since my biopsy operation, and we got called back to the hospital to kind of have a summary of my results, really. So luckily it was a bigger doctor's office this time, something that was a little bit more comfortable. So yeah, the doctors had discovered my condition wasn't just fibrous dysplasia, it was osteofibrous dysplasia. Now I know they sound very, very much the same, but the osteo part makes a huge difference. Basically, osteofibrous dysplasia is a super rare bone disease making up 1% of all tumours that originate in the bone, which is insane. It was said to me at 8 years old. I'm still unsure if this is true, by the way, so don't hold me to this one. But yeah, they told me at 8 that there was less than 10 people in the entire United Kingdom that had this disease at that time. That was like 2009, I think, which is mental. As a kid, I just thought I was absolutely awesome. I thought I was like, wow, you know, I'm like one of these 10 people. It sounded like a superhero club or something. But yeah, I think if I got that news now, you know, any normal like thinking adult would be like, oh my goodness, that's horrendous. But I think that in a way really helped me being a child and finding this stuff out, because it just made me take it with like such a light heart, I think. So yeah, in a way I'm very glad I found out when I was a kid. But yeah, one thing I didn't know at this appointment at this time was that my doctors had also discovered a secondary cancerous condition called adamantinoma. This is also in the 1% category, and it makes up 1% of all bone cancers, which again is absolutely crazy. But yeah, unfortunately for me, both of these conditions, they do work together to eat the tissue from my tibia bone. So if you imagine your tibia bone is supposed to be straight, right? It's supposed to be like a straight bone that runs from your kneecap to your foot. Well, with my one, because of the disease itself, the original disease, it is bowed like a bow or a banana or something like that. And with the cancer in there too, they both work together to sort of eat away at the tissue within my bone, so it makes it very, very fragile. So this means that I do have to wear a cast because I am vulnerable to breaks and knocks and, fractures and whatever else. So I wear a cast permanently, and that is why my Minecraft skin has one too. So that's pretty cool. This is why my character does represent me quite well. I think the bed head especially, that is on point, but the cast as well. Now I know that hearing the C word can be very, very scary and shocking, but my cancer is very slowly spreading, and like very, very slowly spreading, and it is contained within my leg. It isn't life-threatening at this stage, and there is no need to worry at the moment. I've had hundreds of tests, multiple investigative operations. I can never say that word. It's crazy. And even some trial medications, but there is no cure for the type of diseases that I do have, and well, the cancer just doesn't, work well with other cancer treatments and whatnot. It isn't effective against it. So the only way to get rid of these conditions and the adamantinoma, like here, is by having surgery. If we zoom on a few years up this way, we should get to 14-year-old me just here, looking pretty similar to the me now. But yeah, when I was 14, I did break my leg pretty severely. If we actually take a look down here, it looked a little bit less blocky, but it was something like this. So yeah, I broke my leg so badly that if I wasn't already leaving school, I'd have to have had to. Does that make sense? I'd have to have had to anyways. So yeah, it was pretty heavy. It was estimated that my recovery would take 18 months to 2 years. 2 years. Normally a broken leg takes about 6 weeks to heal, but with my condition, they were estimating around 2 years at the maximum. So well, that wasn't really maximum, that was kind of just like an estimate. In total, I think it took about 3 years, maybe a little bit less. So yeah, mental. After breaking my leg and going to A&E by ambulance, I had to go to the city hospital the very, very next day for some repositioning surgery. So what that means is my bone, the leg bone, was kind of out of place, so they had to reposition it to make it, heal correctly and stuff. So yeah, that was another surgery, and it definitely hurt a lot. I think that was my most painful one to date. So yeah, that sucked. So after having my repositioning surgery and leaving the city hospital to come home, the doctors had said to me that I'd never be able to leave a wheelchair again. And I'll admit, it was very, very tough and very, very painful, but I did recover in the end, and I was back to, well, I'd say a form of normal. So that was awesome. And it was during this recovery process that I was able to make my YouTube channel. So I made my YouTube channel from here, the living room of my old house, in a hospital bed with just a PlayStation and a TV. I didn't really have any big plans back then. I wasn't really going for what I have now, but it was something to do, and it was a distraction for me. I never really realized it would pick up like this, and I'm thankful for it now. But yeah, that was the beginning of my story just here. So yeah, and now we come up to the present, and the reason I'm making this video today. So the reason is soon. I'm not sure when exactly, but sometime I will be needing to have an operation. So from the day I found out about my leg and my conditions at 8 years old, having my leg amputated was always on the cards. Now, being older and hopefully smarter, we can only hope, I am able to make important decisions and huge decisions such as this one for myself. And I've decided to have an operation to have my leg amputated. I'm still unsure when, and truthfully, I'll never be 100% about it. But this is my next step, and it has to be done at some point. I've been wanting to tell you all of this because I feel it's important. And like I said, I've been wanting to tell you this for ages now, but it's never been the right time, or like, there's no real need. So I've kind of just left it, out there, and then, hidden away. And then when I need to tell you, I'll tell you. But as things are changing now, and with the way the world is currently, it may be best if I tell you, just in case anything does happen. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's important you know anyways, because if I do go on hiatus for a while due to an operation or something, then I don't want you guys to be left outside the loop and maybe thinking I'll never return to YouTube or whatever, and you'll kind of be like, where's he gone? And of course, I want you guys to know how thankful I am to you all. I would like for you to know that content creation means more to me than just a video. It literally, oh my goodness me, I'd like to say it saved my life in a way, because I feel like if I didn't have that distraction when I was recovering from breaking my leg and I was being cooped up inside and, you know, trying to recover from that, and like, you know, you start to overthink things and you start to get sad and you start to get depressed and whatever else. And I don't know, I just think having that sort of interaction of being able to be in the outside world without being in the outside world, if that makes sense, was a real confidence booster for me and a real like kick up the backside, I guess, to get myself recovered and to get back to doing what I actually want to do. And this has become what I want to do. So yeah, it's incredible. It really is. So my conditions have never defined who I am, and nor will they ever. I'm not ashamed of my disability. I'm still Wheel. I'm still that mental Minecraft YouTuber from the start. And if anything, this isn't a disability. This is an ability for me to try and help others. I know that sounds pretty corny. I wrote that one down. But on a serious note, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This has probably been my most important video to date. I don't think I can top this one now. But yeah, thank you so much. I just want you guys to remember something from this video, because you might be thinking, oh man, that was like a pretty heavy video. But please just remember that you should never let others define who you are. You should never be told by anyone that you can't do something, or, you know, you're someone that you're not. You should never try and be someone that you're not too. You know yourself better than anyone, and if you put your mind to doing something, and like doing something enough, you can literally achieve anything. So just don't let others define who you are, put you down about being you. You are awesome, and I respect you a lot. And that is what the assassinhood, you know, tries to do. That is what my aim is with everything, is just to try and make people accept themselves for who they are. And I will gladly protect you for being you, because it is a very, very dark world out there. And, you know, I now feel like I have the power to carry the light for others, and I hope that you guys feel the same way. We can do a lot of change for people just by sharing your experiences and your stories and things. And yeah, I do think it's important. But yeah, stay healthy. Of course there was going to be a part I messed up. Stay healthy, assassins, and thank you so much for listening and watching. Take care. Goodbye for now.